Hello world, boyfriend back with what will most likely be the final pickup video of 2015. Now, I haven't shot a pickup video in a while. Usually I shoot these and, sit on them for a couple weeks or so and then I'll release them, but this, I just haven't shot one in a while. So a lot of this stuff I had gotten before Portland and a few things I've gotten after Portland. Not very much after Portland because we're coming up on the holidays and I just got no money to spend on video games. So anyway, let's just jump right in. The first game, let's start with the Sega Genesis game. We never start with Sega Genesis. This one is called Subterranea. Now, the reason I got this game, I can't even tell you anything about this game. The reason I got it is I'm trying to work a deal with Cartridge Canuck. Part of the Cartridge Club. He's one half of the Leftover Bits podcast. Anyway, I'm trying to work a deal with him. Maybe you'll see that in an upcoming pickup video. But he sent me a list of all these Genesis games he's looking for, and I got Subterranea for him. Then it turns out he had just picked that up himself, so I'm keeping it in my collection. That's why I have Subterranea. Next, let's do Game Boy Advance. I only picked up one this time, and that is Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Now, I think I've talked about this before. I love this series. This is like my new favorite series. In fact, so I count Donkey Kong on Game Boy as the first game in this series, and this would be the second. So I only thought that there was one on the Nintendo DS, March of the Minis, which is actually the second one. I just found out that there's another one on the DS, so I have two more, unless I'm wrong and there's more out there that I don't even know about yet, but there's two more games in this series, which excites me beyond the normal amount of excitement. But anyway, this game, I just beat it. I love it. Highly recommend it. It's a puzzle platformer game. I think everyone should play this game. This is such a fun, and it's very easy to just pick up and play, put it down, come back to it. I love those types of games because I don't have a lot of time to just sit down and play an RPG or something like that. So this is a perfect game for moi. Next, so this is post-Portland Retro Gaming Expo. If you saw the last pickup video, I picked up a ColecoVision finally. Very excited. And I want to jump right in and start getting my ColecoVision collection started. My Coleco collection. Coleco collection, that's nice. So I picked up 3 more games. I actually was recommended all these games in one form or another. And the first one I heard about is Ladybug. Now, I haven't had a chance to play this yet, but I believe this is similar to Pac-Man. Who doesn't love Pac-Man? So I'm excited to play that game. Next one I picked up is Turbo from Sega. Now, what the heck is on my... Get out of here, dust lint, mate. Turbo. This was recommended by Gamester81. He recently did like a top 10 ColecoVision games, and this was on his list. And I want to track down the steering wheel that you can, play the racing games with the steering wheel for ColecoVision. But I got the game. And the last ColecoVision game that I picked up, this was recommended by Vintage Video Game Geek. So thank you, Vintage. This is Smurf Rescue in Gargamel's Castle. Now, I haven't had a chance to play this yet, but I'm very excited because there's a hidden Easter egg, if you can call it that. I'm not sure if it was supposed to be an Easter egg, might just be a glitch. But you can get Smurfette naked in this game. What? That's right. So excited to play that. Okay, let's do a couple magazines. So, Nintendo Powers. I got one sort of Nintendo Power thing this month, but I have kind of slowed down on Nintendo Powers. I've just been going crazy with those lately. Needed to slow down. But I do have a couple magazines, the first of which is Retro Video Game Magazine, and this is issue number 9, I think? Yes, issue number 9, and this focuses on stealth games, so your Metal Gear Solids and your Splinter Cells and all that stuff. Very, very fun magazine. Always recommend that when I can. And the only other Nintendo Power thing I got is Nintendo Power Advance, and this is actually, what is this, number 4. I think there was only 4 of these, but it's basically Nintendo Power for Game Boy Advance. This one is got Super Mario World 2, or Super Mario Advance 2 rather, on the cover. And yeah, it's nice. I like these. They have like a thick, almost cardboardy like front cover and back cover, which is cool. But yeah, it's a fun little magazine, and you don't see these very often, so I picked it up. NES. Here's an NES game I didn't own. Can you believe it? I didn't own Super Mario Brothers 2. What? I actually own only the first one, now the second one, and I love this game. You know, this gets a bad rap because it's very different compared to all the rest of the Mario games, but I would actually, if I was going to rank the NES Mario games, I would rank number 1 as number 1, number 2 as number 2, number 3 as number 3. That's right, I said it. I like Super Mario Brothers 2 more than number 3. But I've been having a fun time playing this game. Blast from the past. I picked up a 3DS game. I got Ultimate NES Remix. Now this game is kind of a bunch of little, if you've played WarioWare, you play these little like almost 10-second long games, mini games, and that's kind of what this is, except this one takes old NES games and makes little mini games out of it. I was pretty excited to play it. I don't know, I'm kind of lukewarm on this game. It's fun and it's not. To me, a part of it feels like you're just playing like almost like a demo version of the game, except it spoils it because most of the games in here you actually see what happens when you beat the game, which is weird. Yeah, it's another pick up and play game. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I kind of like it and I kind of don't. Does that make sense? What do you guys think? You played it? Tell me what you think. All right, we're getting to the Super Nintendo, but before we do, let's take a little break and talk about a toy. Yeah, that's right. I got a toy. So you know those like mystery boxes you can get? They're all over the place now. You get like a little mystery box, like say for Ninja Turtles, and you can get anybody from Ninja Turtles. You might get one of the Turtles, you might get Bebop, Rocksteady, Shredder. You don't know who you're gonna get. Well, I've never gotten into those. My gosh, with my collecting OCD, I would just want to get them all, and that's just money I don't need to spend right now. But I did see a new set that I had never seen before, and that was Mega Man. I love Mega Man. I couldn't resist. I had to get at least one to see what Mega Man character the universe bestowed upon me. Now, who do you think I got from the Mega Man? It's mainly just original Mega Man, Mega Man 1, mainly. I think that's it, yeah. So who do you think I got? Well, if you guessed Dr. Thomas Light, well, you are correct. That's right. This old salty dog is now mine. And I think I'm going to call it a day. I'm pretty happy that I got Dr. Light. I would like to get Wily, I guess, to kind of, because they feel like they should be a pair. Dr. White and Dr. White? Dr. Light and Dr. Wily. But I'm pretty happy I got Dr. Light. So there's that. Super Nintendo games. Got a lot of Super Nintendo games. Where to start? Let's start with this one. I got this with the manual, and that is Wings 2 Aces High. Gosh, a lot of these games I played so I could explain them on camera, but I played them so long ago now that I'm trying to remember what these even were. This is kind of like Pilot Wings, I guess. It's like a flight simulator type game. It's okay. There's so many in here, I'm gonna just pick them out at random. Let's do this one. The Terminator. So, this game is terrible. It's kind of a run and gun platformer type game. I don't even think I beat the first level. Yeah, wasn't very good. There you go. How about this one? Mr. Do. So this is kind of an uncommon Super Nintendo game. Based on the classic arcade game. It is the classic arcade game. It's not based on, it's the actual game. Yeah, it's pretty fun. If you've ever played Dig Dug, it's similar to that. Animaniacs. Now, I was unaware that this version of Animaniacs was different from the Sega Genesis version. I grew up with the Sega Genesis version, and I loved it. It's kind of like Lost Vikings. In fact, I just recently beat it, and if you follow Girlfriend Versus on Instagram, I always post like a screenshot after I beat a game, and I just beat Animaniacs. This is different, and it's not fun. It's I don't know how they went wrong. They had like the perfect formula on the Sega Genesis, and this is just kind of like this boring platformer type game. I don't know. I did not like it at all. So there's that. Whoops, I gotta stop looking. Here we go. Jim Lee's Wildcats. Now this one, another uncommon game. A lot of these are uncommon today. Nothing super rare, nothing super common. A lot of just uncommon games. Uncommon games! So Jim Lee's Wildcats. This one caught me by surprise. It's a fun little beat 'em up. It's pretty addictive. You know, beat 'em ups on the Super Nintendo are a dime a dozen, and some of them are good, some of them are bad. Remember, I had my little scale before where, let's see, the top was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4, and the bottom, the heck was the bottom? I forget. Anyway, this is kind of, this is towards the top. This was a lot of fun. If you see it, pick it up. What the heck was the bottom one? Do you guys remember? What was the worst beat 'em up? Was it BB's Kids? I don't remember. This one. The Brainies. Okay, this is a perfect example of a game that I picked up so long ago that I don't even remember what type of game it is. But yeah, kind of an uncommon game. Very dirty copy that I got. Ooh, I'll need to get a label upgrade, a whole game upgrade for this one. Anyway, Brainies. Chester Cheetah, Too Cool to Fool. Now, if you've ever played Cool Spot, the game based on 7-Up, yeah. Well, this is very similar to that, except this is based on Cheetos, and you play the titular character, Chester Cheetah. There's actually another game, Wild Wild Quest, that I still need to get, but this is the more uncommon of the two. The Combat Tribes, how do you say that? This, I just picked it up like a couple days ago. I haven't even had a chance to play it yet. I think it's a beat 'em up. Could be wrong. Have no idea. Combat Tribes. I don't even know how to say it. Let's get rid of that game. Finally, I sort of complete a subset. Not quite, but almost there. And that is Final Fight. This is ironic because the first Final Fight game I got was 3, then I got 2, and now I got 1. I'm still missing Final Fight Guy. It's one of those really rare games, hard to find, but I'll get it one day. But I now have the original Final Fight. Good game. Now that's a beat 'em up. That's high on the list. Zoop. This is a common game. What is Zoop? Oh yeah, Zoop was like a puzzle game. I didn't understand this game at all. I thought it was kind of like Kicks or Kokoma Night in Busyland, if you've ever played that. But I honestly don't. This is just a weird puzzle game. I didn't really get into it. Didn't really understand it. So there's that. There's my thoughts on Zoop. This is another one that I just picked up. Paladin's Quest. Uncommon game. I don't know what this game is. I haven't played it, and I haven't even tested it yet. So for all I know, this could be a broken game. I hope not, because it's hard to find. Another Z game, Zool. And this I got at the same time as Paladin's Quest, so I have no idea what this game is. Let's see. Ninja of the Nth Dimension. I'm guessing this is a crappy platformer game. Am I right? You tell me, Internet. Just a few left. Legend of the Mystical Ninja. This is my first Goemon game that I own. I've never played it. Never played a Goemon game at all. So, is it worth playing? Tell me. Double Dragon 5. The Shadow Falls. Is that supposed to be like the Shadow Falls, as in like you've been defeated? Or is it supposed to be the Shadow Falls, like waterfalls? I always think waterfalls when I think of this game. That's so weird. But anyway, this is a fighting game. What? A Double Dragon game that's a fighting game? And it's part of the main series. How weird is that? Double Dragon 5, The Shadow Falls. They completely switched genres and kept it in the main like canon. Isn't that weird? Another fighting game, Power Rangers, the Fighting Edition. I can't believe, wow, I got this so long ago. I can't believe I haven't shown it in a pickup video yet. That's how long, I must have got this 2 or 3 months ago. Anyway, yeah, fun little fighting game, Power Rangers, right? Okay, what I got left? 3. So, X-Zone. This is one of those games that works with the Super Scope. which I don't have yet. I have passed on the Super Scope so many times, and now they're getting harder to find, and they're going up in price. So I better jump on the Super Scope pretty soon. What's this one? Here's a fighting game, Fatal Fury 2. I'm on kind of a fighting game kick lately, I guess. And finally, wow, best for last, hardly, but this is important, Yoshi's Safari, another Super Scope game. Why is this important? Because I have completed another subset. Oh, actually, this completed a subset as well. With X-Zone and Yoshi's Safari, I now have all the games that begin with the letter X and all the games that begin with the letter Y. 2 subsets complete. And that's it, guys. That is all I got. Or is it? I gotta have something that's the creme de la creme, the best for last. You think I would disappoint? Absolutely not. But in order to show you, you guys gotta follow me. That's right, we're going on a little field trip to the corner of this room. I gotta keep it secret for the big reveal. You ready for this? Dun da da da. I got this wonderful magazine rack. Yeah, look at that. So now I can store all... Girlfriend's done it up with all her British flags and such, but now I can store all my Nintendo powers. All nice and organized. So I've done the math, and they should all fit in this whole thing. So guess what? This is the craziest thing. You know how much I paid for this? 0! I paid free for this. That's right. One of the local game stores I frequent, I pulled up one day and they were like dragging this out to the dumpster, and I was like, "What? What are you doing? This thing is freaking perfect. Like, what are you getting rid of this?" And the guy said, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, can I take it?" And he said, "Why not?" And so we shoved it into the back of my car. Miraculously, I don't have that big of a car, and it fit. And I brought it home. So pretty sweet. Anyway, this is the whole Nintendo Power Collection as it stands right now. And by the time I'm done, all this should be full. And that is it, guys. Let's sit this back up. There we go. Boom. Pickup video over. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next year. If I don't have another pickup video before then, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, happy everything, boyfriend, out.